Today I'm going to be going through exactly what toiletries I bring for one bag travel. This list will stay consistent regardless of where or when I'm traveling. I'm able to fit all of this along with my clothing in a 25-liter backpack. I don't really buy any specific toiletries for one bag travel. I try to use things I already have so I don't need to spend any additional money. Everything on this list will also fit in the 100mm flight limit. Let's start off with a toothbrush and toothpaste. This is pretty standard. So for the toothbrush, I just use a regular toothbrush. I don't buy any specific packable ones. I just use the one I get from my dentist every 6 months for free. Some people do cut it in half, so you can do that if you want, but it's a toothbrush and it fits pretty easily in any bag. Additionally, probably the most important part is the head cover. You can get these for probably like 50 cents at like the dollar store or something, or at a pharmacy. It's obviously essential for keeping your toothbrush clean, so I definitely recommend picking up that. Also, I bring one of these mini toothpastes. I also get this free every 6 months when I go to the dentist, so it doesn't cost any extra money. I can easily make a small tube like this last a month, no problem. You don't need to use as much as you see in a toothpaste commercial, so you can probably use a lot less toothpaste than you're using right now. It's great because it's free, assuming you're going to the dentist, and doesn't cost any extra money. I also bring a little box of floss sticks. I personally bring this right now because it's a New Year's resolution to floss. So maybe some of you guys don't floss and it doesn't matter. They're just regular floss sticks that I use at home. The little box came for free with the floss sticks, so it doesn't cost any extra money there. Next, probably one of the most important pieces is a little tub of Vasaline. This is great for using as lip balm for your lips. It's also great if you have any chafing from doing a lot of hiking or walking. You can put that on the area to prevent additional rubbing. The container it's in, I got in a pack from Amazon. I'll try and find a link and put that in the description below. It came with a bunch of different travel bottles and little containers. Obviously, this little tub is going to be much better than bringing a gigantic tub of Vaseline. You can also sometimes buy a travel version of this, but I just use the Vaseline I already have and put it in this tub. Next, for my skincare routine, I bring this little bottle of CeraVe moisturizer. I don't want to have a dry face and age like fruit, so I bring this to moisturize my face and sometimes my body as well if it's dry. It's the same moisturizer I use at home, and actually this little tub comes for free when you buy the CeraVe moisturizer at Costco. You can see in this box it comes with the regular tub of moisturizer, and then it also comes with the travel bottle for free. So I'm stocked up with a bunch of these bottles. If I'm going on a trip over 2 weeks, I'll bring 2 of these bottles because I'll tend to run out of one bottle within about 2 weeks. It's great because the bottle doesn't cost me any extra money. It's coming with something I'm already purchasing for myself at home. Additionally, for my skincare routine, I bring this prescription bottle of Tretinoin. I don't really need to go into the details of skincare, but I essentially use this after my moisturizer dries. It's not really possible for me to empty it and put in a smaller container, so I just bring this entire bottle. Again, even with the size, I have no trouble fitting this along with my other toiletries in a 25-liter bag. You can replace this with whatever other skincare product that you use, and you should be able to fit it no problem. For deodorant, I use the same deodorant that I use at home. This is a Schmidt's natural deodorant. I find it's one of the few natural deodorants that actually prevents me from smelling. For deodorants that are in that travel size, I don't really find there's too many options available. They're probably going to charge you extra to buy a travel size deodorant, so you might as well just use what you already have. Now, probably the most important thing for one bag travel, this is the Dr. Bronners all-in-one soap. I put this in a little travel bottle that I got off Amazon in that pack I mentioned earlier. It's great because it's super inexpensive. You can buy a big bottle of it. I think I got this for like $16, and it'll last for a long time. You can use it for everything from washing your face, washing your body, washing your hair, and I also use it for doing laundry in the sink for my clothing. Obviously, the big bottle is just gonna be too big, and I believe you can buy smaller bottles off of Amazon, but they're gonna be quite a bit more expensive, so I recommend just picking up a travel bottle and putting it in there. Also crucial for this bottle is that there's that little spout where I can squeeze it out. You don't need to use much Dr. Bronners soap as it's super concentrated, so having the ability to just squeeze out a tiny amount is very important for making it last your entire trip. This soap is great anytime you're trying to minimize what you're bringing, whether that's for travel or camping. Next, depending on the length of my hair, I might bring a comb. If my hair is on the longer side at the time, I'll bring a comb to style it. If I have a shorter style going like I do right now, I probably don't need a comb at all. And obviously this comb is super small and compact. I definitely recommend bringing a comb over a brush. A brush is a lot bigger. A comb basically takes up no room in your bag at all. Additionally is a little pair of nail clippers. I will bring one of these if I'm going on a trip over 10 days. If it's under 10 days, I can usually just manage, and by the end of the trip, my nails will be kind of long, but I'll deal with it. If I'm traveling for over 10 days, I will bring this to make sure my nails are nice and clean and short. I also really like this one because it has this little attachment that comes out that lets me file my nails down so that they're not sharp when I cut them. Additionally, I bring an electric shaver. If you're a beard guy, you probably don't need one. I will bring this on a trip if it's over 2 weeks long. If it's under, I'll just let my hair grow out fine. If it's over 2 weeks, I will bring this and keep the sides of my face trimmed. You could also just buy razors in your travel destination, but I personally prefer using an electric razor, so I just bring this with me. I found that this electric razor would sometimes turn on in my backpack and then run out of batteries. What I've done is put a little elastic band around the on and off switch. This ensures that the switch doesn't slide on while it's in my backpack, and I can maintain the battery life for my entire trip. Now, a couple things that aren't necessarily toiletries, but I kind of fit them in the same category, and I think they're super important for bringing. One is going to be a first aid kit. I really recommend bringing one, whether you're hiking out in the wilderness, you're camping, or traveling in the city. This is the same kit I use if I'm backcountry camping or traveling. The first aid kit just includes some basic things like bandages, tape, gauze, some alcohol wipes, and some Neosporin. I've also added in there some Advil and Tylenol, as well as a couple pills for diarrhea relief, which is very important if you have a fast travel day and you need to catch a flight. I always bring this just in case. I haven't actually had to use it on any of my trips yet, but I think it's important to bring just in case something happens. Additionally, for sleep, I don't use melatonin personally. This is based on recommendations from Dr. Andrew Huberman's podcast. So instead, I bring this magnesium biglycinate and this L-theanine. So if I'm going on a trip overseas to Europe and I have an overnight flight, I will take this before I get on the plane, and it'll help me fall asleep on the plane. I'm not personally recommending these brands. These are just ones I got off Amazon that I'll link, but there may be other brands that you might prefer based on your budget. Also, I bring this little pack of Kleenex just in case you need to blow your nose or something while you're walking around or on the flight. It doesn't take up much room and it's pretty squishy, so you can kind of fit it anywhere in your backpack. So almost everything on this list I will put in little plastic Ziploc bags, and then I will put those together in a bigger Ziploc bag. That way I don't need to spend any extra money on a special toiletry bag, and everyone already has Ziploc bags available to them, so it doesn't cost any extra money. Because it's in a Ziploc bag, it's also much more malleable, so you can easily move it around and fit it in a backpack based on how much room you have. And that's all the toiletries that I bring for my one bag travel. Let me know if there's something that you bring that wasn't on this list. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.